Hello and welcome back to another Midwest EV road trip video. You join us in Fort Erie, Ontario, Canada. We stopped at a Tim Hortons before we have to go back through customs into the United States. But if you joined us in the previous road trip video, we made our way from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, all the way up to Niagara, Ontario, Canada. So that was a really fun portion of the drive, but we are ready to get home, that's for sure. Our first stop, once we get through customs into the United States, will be in Buffalo, New York at their Tesla supercharger station. Fredonia, New York.
There's not one in Buffalo. It's a little bit southwest, outside of Buffalo. Quite a bit, actually. So Buffalo's right across the border here.
Yes, that's true. Fredonia. Okay. So we're going to go through customs. Hopefully that goes well. Anything else?
Did you want to explain why we're going the U.S. route versus the Canada route?
Yeah. So the route we came was through Michigan, and we crossed the Ambassador Bridge just outside of Detroit. And the reason that we are deciding to cross now into the States and make our way through part of the East Coast back to the Midwest is the price of charging here, the lack of how would you say, accountability with the chargers.
Decent infrastructure. The chargers we charged at here are, I'm sure there's some that are better, but we're paying for super slow charging and waste of time, which is honestly probably adds more time. As much as we diss on Electrify America in the US, it's better than whatever they got going here, because there is Electrify Canada, but they're all old units, and we got lucky with the one. You'll have to see the other video and charging Electrify Canada.
We did DC fast charge 3 times here in Canada. Yeah, sounds good. We specifically stayed in the Ontario Providence, right? Is that what it's called? The Ontario Province. Thank you. And within those, we tried the Electrify Canada, which was the best charger we had. Bonus to that too, when we first had plugged in, we were paying to charge, and then we noticed the Chatamo charger was complimentary, so we did plug into that and we got the same speeds. Again, you can go check that out in the other video, but that was the only DC fast charger that we actually got
above 80. Above
80, because the first 2 were, so it was nice. When we first got into Canada, they were right on the service plazas, right off the highways.
But they're crap.
And they were not reliable. So again, go check out that other video, see how we really thought about them, but that is the reason. So we are deciding to pay for tolls throughout the United States instead of paying for unreliable charging.
Yeah, it's not that it's even unreliable, it's just that it's not fast. Like I'd rather go spend an extra 20 miles and get faster charging speeds, so there's shorter stops and more driving. Because honestly, we got here an hour late because those chargers were derated. So if we have to spend a half an hour extra per se, I don't know, we'll have to time it out, because we did make a lot of stops on the way in. So we left our Airbnb this morning at a 59% state of charge that had about 230 kilometers on the gasometer. We were able to plug in each night overnight with our level 1 onboard charger. So again, just really slow charging speeds, but it gave us what we needed to get to the United States this morning and to the Tesla superchargers. We currently, I'll move you over here, are at 43% state of charge, and what is that, 157 kilometers on the gasometer. And we're 84 miles from Fredonia, where we're going to test out these Tesla superchargers. And in case we just want to test out the Tesla superchargers, and if those Tesla superchargers somehow don't work, there is an Electrify America at that exit as well.
Be sure to check out the channel too. We have a kind of like a how-to shorts video of changing the Volkswagen into the appropriate units depending on where you are. So in the United States, we obviously use miles per hour, all that fun stuff. So we'll check out that video if you are also planning an international trip with your Volkswagen ID.4 and aren't entirely sure where to find it in the settings. And with that, I think we're finally ready to head to the United States. Anything else to add to a ride?
Last exit before USA. We're committing.
We're committing. All right, we will see you guys after customs and in New York.
Welcome to Fredonia, New York. We are at the Tesla supercharger location. You might be thinking, Arai, you have a Volkswagen, not a Tesla. Why are you here? Well, these are one of the few locations in the country that have the Tesla Magic Dock. If we take a look over here, we don't have this activated right now, so the Tesla connector just comes out, but hiding in here is a Magic Dock. And we just filmed a video showing how this worked. So if you're interested in seeing how that worked out with the Volkswagen, let me know. But great speeds. We got 131 kilowatts. We only charged 5% or so because I am a little bit frugal. I don't want to spend 50 cents a kilowatt hour here when there's Electrify America across the street. Why Tesla put a Magic Dock here and not somewhere where there's not an Electrify America? I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. Why put CCS and CCS across the street from each other? Spread them out a little more, Tesla, if you're going to continue doing this. We don't know if they're going to continue doing this because of the Ford, the new announcement with Ford and Tesla, where Ford vehicles are going to have the Tesla connector, and then current CCS Ford cars are going to get a Tesla adapter. But I would like to see these, if they're going to continue pushing Magic Dock, if it's not dead already because of that announcement, they're going to continue deploying Magic Docks across the country. I'd like to see them address some of the issues in terms of how to park the CCS cars without blocking 2 spots for the Teslas. So again, check out the video of our activation and how that went. Went pretty smoothly, I would say. Right now, we're actually going to go across the street to the Walmart, where there is an Electrify America station over there. I have not researched this station on PlugShare because this was a last-second decision. We know the Teslas work, so if we go across the street, the Electrify America station somehow is having an issue, or we're not pulling over 130 kilowatts like we just were here when I unplugged, we're gonna come back here because I don't have patience. This is our first stop on the way back. Pretty cool. We're the only non-Tesla vehicle here now, but yeah, well, let's go to Electrify America. We arrived here with like 17% stated charge, I guess I should note, then charge up to 24 in about 5 minutes or so. But yeah, let's go check out Electrify America. Welcome again to Fredonia, New York. We are across the street from the Denny's location where the Tesla superchargers actually were, literally right across the street, which is pretty nice. So we tested out the Magic Dock with CCS. Now we're here to compare with the Electrify America station, which it looks like these are some of the older units as well. So we'll have to see if we can get the same power. The Tesla app showed that the Tesla chargers were rated to 150 kilowatts, 350 amps with the Magic Dock. This Electrify America station we're about to plug into is also rated for 150 kilowatts, so we're gonna have to see if this one, if we're actually able to get the right charging speeds out of it or not. So let's go ahead, we'll get plugged in here and get the station activated. And we'll spin around the car here and give us this moment. So these are actually the ABB units, not the BTCs. I don't know if I've actually used an ABB, Electrify America, before. So normally, actually, and I misspoke, I guess. So it does show 48 cents per kilowatt hour on here, and Tesla's 50 cents a kilowatt hour across the street. I don't pay anything because I have a Volkswagen ID.4 with the 3 years of free charging. Well, this might not be a good sign because this is charger number 4. And this one's showing that it's derated to 50 kilowatts in the app. Let's see what we actually get. Let's give it a chance. Initiating. It's thinking about it.
Sad fan.
That is a very bad noise. We might have to try charger 3 because I think that's a 350 kilowatt. Not really apples to apples, but is it? It's a 350? Okay. We might have to try that one if this one is actually going to be derated like it shows in the app. Electrify America is having this issue with every brand of charger they have. Besides the new Gen 3, I have not seen it on yet. I think it's Gen 3. I think they're the Gen 3 chargers, but whatever the latest generation is, I have not been on one of these ABBs ever, I don't think. I think I've always been BTCs or Signats. Interesting. So let's see what we're actually getting here. Oh, hey. Pleasantly surprised. The app was wrong. The app showed 50 kilowatt max here. Now I am curious as a test if we plug into the 350 if that one will work better. So I'm thinking we should give that a chance for science's sake here. Let's see if we get higher than this. But honestly, I think this is about, before we do that, let me check my car scanner app and actually see if this is giving all the car wants. Because right now, yeah, this is the exact speed the car wants. So look at that. 2 different CCS networks at one stop in Fredonia, New York, both working as advertised. that is wonderful news. So cool. We'll let this sit here. We don't need the 350 because we're already getting it. We don't need to block it if another car with that capability comes in. His license plate is Sunbolt. I like that. Anyway, so we'll let this charge here. Caitlin's gonna use the restroom. I'll probably hang out with the doggos, and then we will report back once we're done. Make sure there's no issues.
All right, so we are just leaving Fredonia, New York. So we stopped at the Tesla Supercharger, and we just finished up at the Electrify America right across the street. We are leaving here with 74% state of charge, an guesstimate of 170 miles. We are heading to Ohio to charge in Sheets at another Electrify America. This is a new one for us. We haven't been to this particular spot, so we're very excited. I am going to show you though, so we've only been driving for about an hour and a half. Went through customs, right, that kind of stuff. And we're having problems with the actual screen of the Volkswagen, so I can show you here.
We just rebooted it too.
Just reset it. So when we were first leaving...
This is the 7th time it's happened today already?
7th or 8th.
I've rebooted 7 or 8 times. It's pretty crazy.
So right as we were leaving our Airbnb, we couldn't even turn on climate. So if I hit like climate down here, it takes us to the screen. I'm gonna hit it one more time, that was my fault. But like it doesn't let us do anything.
So it's still on, it's showing the current time.
We can't change anything. So we had to drive with the windows down because we couldn't turn on our climate control. We can't get past this screen at all. There's nothing we really can do except reset it. And after we reset it, we're able to touch it maybe once or twice, and then it stops again.
And then like Android Auto will start working and stuff. And this time, I mean, this is again 7th or 8th time I've restarted it today. And you know, I brought this to the dealer a while ago because it was happening a lot more intermittently. It's never happened this much in one day. So I don't know if the screen is overheating or what. But it's just a pain because like how are you supposed to navigate when you're in, like it was really frustrating when this was happening in Canada because I don't know Canada. I don't know where to drive in Canada. And I thankfully have a dock for my phone here, but if I didn't have a dock for my phone, I don't know, like it would be a lot more chaotic. Like I'd have to hold on to it illegally and try to figure it out. So this is, I mean, honestly, this is a safety issue. We can't even adjust climate control or anything. So the only thing I can think of that could be affecting it is potentially I put on a matte aftermarket screen protector. So I don't know if that is overheating and like the screen's not working. I might try peeling it off and seeing if that does something, but I've had it on for almost 2 years now. So like, and really it's only become just a worse and worse issues over the last 6 months or so, I would say. I think this past winter is when I started noticing this, and it was about when I got the 3.1 software update. It's actually been a little more than 6 months, but it's never been this bad. It's always been remedied by a reboot. So I don't know what's going on. I think even before the 3.1 software is having this. So I'm thinking it could be a hardware issue. So super, super strange.
So we have hit the 30,000 mark here on our first edition Volkswagen ID.4. Pretty monumental. So Arai does have to take it in for the 30,000 check.
I think we're at actually like 34,000 now, but I can't check because we can't touch the screen.
So that is something that he definitely will be bringing up with them. We'll obviously keep you all updated if it gets better, if it gets worse, but it's very frustrating, especially when a lot of people that personally know Arai know that he has been into tech since he was a very young age, and so getting an electric vehicle was very exciting for him because it was the next step in the car industry. It's a newer technology. Yes, it's been around for pretty much a century at this point. They used to have them very early on, obviously nowhere where we are now, but it was very exciting for him to get an electric vehicle and to learn about it and to teach people, right? I mean, he influenced his dad to get the 2022 Pro S all-wheel drive Volkswagen
Which he loves
ID.4.
And he's had zero issues with,
no
for the
issues
record.
at all. The only thing is he has not been able to get above, did he say he's hit 100 kilowatt charging
I think 90
speed?
kilowatts.
Maybe 90, but anyway, that's a different story. Arai is into the tech world. He loves the newest things, and when he got rid of the Honda Insight, a big part of that was because he was having problems with Android Auto connecting. The software was just terrible, and we just saw the new 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid that our friends just bought, and it works flawlessly. So it's kind of a slap in the face that he got rid of the Honda, got this gorgeous Volkswagen.
We're trying to reboot this again, see if we can get this touchscreen working. But
the yes, we have known that Volkswagen software is not great. We've talked about it before extensively on this channel. There's a ton of videos before the 3.1 update and after it now, and it's terrible. It'll have its days and its moments where it's absolutely great. There's no problems, maybe a hiccup or two here, but this has been absolutely insane. We just rebooted it again.
Rebooted it again for like the 8th or 9th time today, and now the touchscreen wants to work. So it's 3:02. We'll see how long this touchscreen actually works this time. We'll try to connect it back to the Android Auto so I can, see my navigation on the big screen, not have to look down at my phone, because this car's not designed to use a phone. It's designed to use this infotainment screen. Well, use your phone with the infotainment screen, I should say. I mean, we do have the built-in nav too, but I am curious how closely the built-in nav is going to kind of...
Now we're just touching it to see when it fails.
Yeah, for real. By the time I'm done here, let's see, home.
I guess, yeah, we didn't even pull up.
It's just, I don't understand. It like you said, it has its days, and it just sometimes doesn't want to work, so.
Yeah, but we have quite...
And no, I don't want a Tesla, so stop. Don't leave in the comments. Some people leave comments like, should have bought a Tesla if you like the tech. Well, I don't like Apple. I don't like Apple either, and Tesla is the Apple of electric cars, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Yeah. Once Alyssa and Joe have posted their first video, are more comfortable with the Mach-E, we want to do some sort of podcast episode in the video format of why all of us decided not to purchase a Tesla. That is something that we want to do, because Alyssa and Joe did go and put in an order for a Model Y once prices were cut back in January, February 2023, yep. And they still ended up going with the Mach-E. So it is something, Tesla isn't for everyone. Yes, we just charged on their superchargers and it went great. It was almost flawless,
but so
honestly.
was Electrify America. It
and
really
so
is
was Electrify America. We'll keep you updated on how the infotainment goes. Obviously, software has been a major talking point around any Volkswagen EV.
Any EV in general.
Well, yes, any EV in general. That's kind of right.
Some don't even have route
computers.
planning. Some don't have route planning. Like, if we take a look at the Volkswagen, so the Tesla stop I don't think counts as a real stop, because we just want to test that one out. So 4 charging stops should be from Niagara. We left again like 60%, so we didn't even leave with 100% state of charge. If we left with 100, we might have been able to get away with like 3 charging stops on the way. But really, 4 is not that bad. So we have 3 left in the trip. So next one, we're going to be stopping at the Sheets in Mentor, Ohio. Never been to that one before. And then we'll be at the Blue Heron Service Plaza in Genoa, Ohio, I think it is. And then there's finally one more stop in Mishawaka, Indiana, which we have been to both of these, this Ohio, but this next Sheets we've never been to. The last time we charged at a Sheets at Electrify America, that whole station was horrible. You can look at our Pittsburgh road trip back in January, and that was horrible. I mean, none of the chargers were getting above like 40 or 50 kilowatts. They were working, but not great. And I actually was keeping an eye on that station on PlugShare, and they took it completely offline to upgrade some power cabinets. So I'm glad to see Electrify America taking action, but that was like a month or 2 at minimum after we reported the issues, and
we were told it was happening for a while too.
And it was happening for months before we were even there. So it's good that they're fixing it, but they really need to do a better job, I think, in like fixing it consistently. But no, it's good to see. Right now the touchscreen's working, so we'll see how long. If it does it again, honestly, I'm gonna say screw it and take out the screen protector. The reason I'm gonna do that, even though it's been working, is because I know the dealerships, because the dealerships just don't seem to understand, not that they don't understand the cars, but look, I work in IT, and I troubleshoot a lot of issues, right? And like, I know when to isolate when it's hardware or software. And in my opinion, this seems like either severe software bugs or it's hardware. And I don't think it's software, because it happened on both the previous update and this new one. But now it's happening more consistently, and it seems to be like when the screen gets hot to the touch. So I don't know if the screen protector is absorbing heat, and then the screen can't pick up my finger until I reboot it. I don't know what is going on, but I've never had this problem before the last 6-7 months. And in my opinion, they need to, I mean, last time they cleared out like a code and like I reset a module or something, and then it worked for a little bit, and then it was back doing it like a couple days later. So I have brought it in before. They didn't see any red flags. They ran the diagnostics. So I don't know if it's still not working. I'm curious what their answer is going to be, if they're going to want to replace the whole infotainment screen or what. But not ideal. I mean, it's super, super important that this screen works for planning, charging, like navigating, controlling climate. Like when you put the whole climate control, parking system, or safety systems and everything into the screen, it is so vital that it works. So yes, this is like a long rant we're giving about this, but it is such a huge problem. And I'm curious to see, anyone else with an ID.4, are you experiencing a similar issue? Because I haven't seen very much. I've seen where the whole screen freezes, like in terms of not even updating time or your location or anything. But like we're talking, like when we go in the climate control menus, like right now it's working, so we can actually tap in. But like these bottom buttons are responsive and the screen updates. It's just the actual touchscreen itself is what was being the issue. So we'll see how long. It's been 5 minutes and it hasn't done it yet, but we'll see, by the next charging stop if we have that same touchscreen issue. But severe problem nonetheless. But now, yeah, we're still in New York here. We're crossing over into Pennsylvania in maybe like 15, 20 miles or so. We got Lake Erie to our right. We can't see it right now because of the trees, but we're right along Lake Erie.
It is a very pretty drive.
It is a pretty drive.
Lots of greenery.
The Canada part, we drove through Canada during the night, if you remember. It was like middle of the night. And we didn't really see it seemed like it was a lot of farmland, a lot of flat land over there between Detroit and Niagara Falls. But man, that Toronto traffic is something else too. We went to Toronto a couple days, and that was, man, it took us like 2 hours to get from Niagara Falls to Toronto with the traffic and everything. Over 2 hours actually. So kind of insane. But anyway, yeah, there we go. That isn't the other. So I was trying to connect to my Android Auto and saying your mobile device couldn't be connected. I have it plugged in and everything, and just the tech glitches and stuff. Like again, our friends with the Honda Accord, they showed me how quickly their CarPlay and Android Auto, one of them has an iPhone, one of them has an Android, they get in the car, it's instantly up. The Volkswagen is hit or miss with this, and I feel like that's just such a simple thing. So the ID Buzz got announced yesterday with software 4.0. So I am excited to see whether they're going to just screw us over with updates. Because if so, I love the car. I love the car. The driving dynamics are better than any other car I've test driven or owned before, and I want to stick with it. I just want Volkswagen to make it right. Like, I want them to fix these issues that we've got. I want to get the software updates, but if I don't get the software updates, I'm gonna have to reconsider. So Volkswagen, if you're watching, ball's in your court. But because I love the car, and if it was working 100% of the time reliably, I see no reason that I need all the fancy new features coming in new cars and stuff like that. But I would really enjoy seeing consistency in functionality. So anyway, we'll see you at the next charger. We're going to be we're completely skipping stops in Pennsylvania. Our friends who are with us in Canada live in Pittsburgh, so they're probably going that way by now because we had to make that charging stop. So they're probably in Pennsylvania, almost home by now, but we still have quite a ways to go to get back to Milwaukee. So we got one charging stop in Ohio. We'll be in Pennsylvania for just a little bit, stopping in Ohio again. It looks like, is it thinking that we can make it all the way back to Milwaukee with just the Mishawaka stop? Because that actually, yeah, that'd be nice to not have to stop in Chicago. It does want us to do a deep charge there. A side note, there is a Taylor Swift concert in Chicago tonight. I know I was just in Nashville where there was Taylor Swift there too. So Taylor Swift's just following me everywhere, I guess. Or I'm following her everywhere. Not really. But we might not want to go through downtown Chicago like we did on the way here. I doubt Volkswagen's going to take us that way. But I guess we will see. Y'all, I'm annoyed. Check this out. It is currently 4:10 p.m. confirmed by my phone. 4:10. If I tap this, climate control works. We are back to no touch. I can touch all over the screen and nothing will happen. It took about an hour for it to do this again. I don't even know, man. It's just like, why? Why does it do it? I honestly, what I did, because I remembered last time when I took this car in for service for the same issue, I remember that they said that to unpair all the phones, factory reset the infotainment, and I did that. Look at that, it just went back out of the climate automatically because it times out, but then there's nothing, I can't touch an icon, I can't see where the heck I'm going. I think it'll still talk to me because it's on. See, the time just ticked. It's on, it's just the touchscreen's not working. But anyway, they told me to unpair all the phones, reset the infotainment, and try again. and bring it back if the issue persisted. So the issue's obviously persisting. So I just unpaired every single phone out of the car. I forgot the device from my phone. I forgot it in the Android Auto app. And why is this guy going like 10 under? I don't know. Yeah, just not a good situation. I am quite annoyed. I will be rebooting the infotainment because I need to be able to see so I can find this charger. So we're gonna go ahead and do our good old press and hold of the power button here. Make sure the music is off. See, the touch controls work. It's just the touch screens don't. Why? Okay, press and hold. There we go. Press and hold. I've been having to do this every hour. It's crazy. Well, okay, it's working again. I don't know, man. This is weird. If it happened, I know I said if it happens again, I'm gonna take the screen protector off, but I really don't want to take the screen protector off. It's so nice. There's no fingerprint smudges and stuff because this is matte. Volkswagen should be paying me for a new screen protector. It's taking its time. The other thing I noticed, and I don't know if this is related or not, but it stopped communicating with the Volkswagen app. And we were in Canada, and it was communicating in Canada for a while, but it's showing last updated, what's today, the 3rd? Or say the 2nd?
Today's the 3rd.
Today's the 3rd. So the app hasn't updated since June 1st at 9 a.m., which is a big problem when I need to keep track of whether the climate is on, if we have to run in and leave the dogs in here briefly, and, you know, whether, like the app got an update because it didn't used to show red here. Oh, finally the navigation calculated the route. Sheesh. Sheesh.
Stopover is on a limited access
At least
road.
it's working, but oh my gosh.
The route contains time-restricted roads.
No, why are you getting a non-Electrify America charger?
Your preferred
That's not
payment
what I want.
method
Oh,
will always use direct
everything's a mess. Everything's a mess. No, we're going to Genoa. Where's Genoa? Or no, Mentor we're going to. We're going to Mentor. Where's the EA? There it is. We're going to manually add it because the nav just won't do it. It's probably because we're going to arrive there with higher than expected because we have a tailwind, so it updated. So we're going to have a stopover. That's literally what I've just been having to do.
The next stopover is on the limited
And look at
access
that. That actually cut the time of the trip.
The route
Why?
contains time-restricted
We're
roads.
just, oh my God.
Multiple necessary charging stops.
Volkswagen is pissing me off this trip. Like, I'm getting to the point where it's just, we're going to a better route planner because I don't even know if I want to touch this nav. I need like a phone mount to cover the screen with how bad the infotainment has been lately. I don't understand.
Please follow
We'll see you in Mentor.
west.
Welcome to Mentor, Ohio, where we are at a Sheetz. Sheetz is cool. It's not as cool as Quick Trip in Wisconsin, but Sheetz is all right. It's a close second, I would say. Kind of nice location we've got here. So we have the Sheetz, obviously, you know, convenience store, nice, probably clean bathrooms, not as clean as Quick Trip, most likely. But we have a Chipotle, a Starbucks, there's a Mission Barbecue. You got a lot of options here while you sit and wait for your car to charge. So great stop, pretty close off the highway, 1 mile off I-90 West. Then we can hop on some Ohio local road and then meet 90 West again, I believe. So really cool. I did pull up to the station, and as I look over, I see that we have the message saying temporarily reduced on this 350. So we're gonna try this 350 over here. I'm gonna move the car real quick. The reason, again, that I want to use a 350 kilowatt charger is because ID.4 can do higher than the 350 amps that the 150s seem to be limited to. So in terms of just the speed of charging and everything, we will move the car, give this a shot. See me zoom backwards? I zoomed. All right, we got a fresh handle on this one. You know what the gray handles mean? They still may or may not work. I'm glad to see they're doing some maintenance on these, like some of the handles get replaced and some of them don't, but I just want to see them all work. Tesla doesn't seem to have to replace their cables very often, just saying. All right, let's try our tap to pay, because that's been hit or miss. I think I found the issue with my tap to pay is that I had the Electrify Canada app also on my phone. And if you see here, I don't know if it's hard to see with the sun, it says choose app to scan, Electrify America or Electrify Canada. And then I try Electrify America, it says hold to reader. So if I try it again, oh, this time it worked. Sick. All right, that's the first time it's worked since that's happened. So maybe to the stations, I don't know. That was easy. That's so much easier. Going to the app, looking at the charger number. I mean, ideally we want plug-in charge, but that's the next best thing is just being able to tap and like ChargePoint. ChargePoint is like never fails. Never fails. You tap on a ChargePoint charger and it will always activate. Whether it works or not, it's another question, but it will always activate. So let's see what we're getting on this 350 here. The goal is to get at least 170, 20, 30. We really need canopies like the gas station or the gas pumps. That would be great. You can see these a lot better. 80. So we don't seem to be severely limited. 100, 120, 130, 140, 150. All right, it seems to be plateauing about 152 kilowatts, which at 18% is not bad. So could we have gotten that on on the 150 charger? Maybe, but let's just see. If I pull up my car scanner app, let's just see if this is giving everything the car wants. I'm pretty sure it is because 150 is higher than the car even advertises that it will work. But let's pull up our car scanner here. Let's try to go in the shade maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll go in your shade. All right, it's connected. Let's check this out here. Battery's a little toasty, but yeah, dynamic charging, we're getting almost 390 amps. That's what the car is requesting, and that's what the charger's delivering. And that's gonna obviously kind of lower as it gets more and more charged, so you can see it drop in there. But my understanding is that the 150 kilowatt Electrify America chargers are limited to 350 amps. So we're getting an extra 40, 50 amps, you know, when you plug in at a lower state to charge with ID.4, even possibly more than that. It could be more than 400 amps, I've had in some cases. Even though it's 400 volt architecture, the higher amperage definitely helps with getting the faster speeds. So we'll let this charge a bit. I think that actually a better route, I switched to a better route planner because the car infotainment has just been so frustrating. So it is what it is. But I switched to a better route planner again. A better route planner wants us to charge to 93%. So I think we're gonna set it to 100, do our stuff, maybe get some food, walk the dogs, all of that. And then it says a better route planner thinks it's gonna take 38 more minutes. We're already 2 minutes in, so that'd be about a 40-minute stop. So we'll see if that's accurate. Especially with these higher charging speeds, that's fantastic. We're still getting like 140, so yeah, awesome. 2 minutes, we've gone up from like 18 to 24%, so can't complain there. What was I gonna do here? What was I gonna do? I don't know why I was looking in the car. Oh yeah, I was gonna set it to 100, that's right. Let's see if the touchscreen is still working. Touchscreen's still working after another restart here. So let's go ahead. I don't want to jinx it. You can go to charging. Set this guy to 100. Sweet. I'm gonna also cancel the Volkswagen nav because this is just, stop. All right, we're just gonna do a better route plan. I'm just gonna rely on my phone. I'm gonna try to repair it and stuff in a moment, but yeah, we'll kind of go from there, see how long this takes.
Hello, we are just leaving Mentor, Ohio. We did charge up to 99% of the gasometer is giving about 226 miles of range. The reason we charged up to above 80% and all the way up to 99% and did such a deep charge is because we're wanting to skip some of the charging stations throughout the rest of Ohio and beginning into Indiana. Our next stop will be Indian Meadows
Service Plaza, which is going to be on like the western edge of Ohio. Okay. So this is also what a better route planner did recommend. They didn't recommend that we charge 99%, but we got into talking to a Chevy Bolt owner that came through, and that's one of the reasons why we actually ended up leaving a little later than we thought. So, sorry, I'm just looking at a better route planner.
No, you're good. So we were plugged into the 350, as you guys all saw. because the one 350 kilowatt charger had the reduced charging speed, and there actually was a Genesis, is it a GV60?
A Genesis GV60 was also parked there.
Yes, so they pulled up after us, and...
Just kidding. It does not want us to go to Indian Meadow anymore. Better Rail Planner changes its mind a lot, which is okay. It does want us to go to this next one. We'll be arriving there. What on earth is going on?
Anyway, so...
Oh, we missed our exit. Dang it.
And that's because the Better Route Planner was...
It just...
changing.
What is it doing? Blue Heron Service Plaza. Oh, I got this is user error. I got turned around.
Oh, okay.
I missed my exit, but it does want us to go to the other Blue Heron Service Plaza. This is what happens when you drive.
Is that still in Ohio?
It's still in Ohio.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go there, which that is one that we have been to before. We were at that one the last time we went from Pittsburgh to Milwaukee. But we plugged into this 350 kilowatt charger, pulled right, very nice charging speed right away. We got to about 82%, and during that time we still had the Genesis plugged in to the other 350 kilowatt charger, and there was a Bolt EV that began to pull up to the 150 kilowatt charger on the other side of the Genesis. And I had actually made the comment like, oh look, such a good Bolt EV owner going to the 150. They pulled up and then they pulled back out of the spot and came over right next to us. So we just figured they were going to use the 150 kilowatt charger plus the Chatamo charger next to us. And all of a sudden we got a notification in the car saying that our charging had stopped. Here, the Bolt owner had actually grabbed the handle from our 350 kilowatt charger and started to like plug it into their Bolt. So Ara got out and just let them know like, hey, I actually am using this charger. It's only a 1 car per stall. And the Bolt EV owner did not know. Obviously, Electrify America does not have it written anywhere on the chargers that only 1 car can charge at a time. But this Frank, actually, which Frank, if you're watching this, hello again. We informed Frank that, yeah, you can actually plug into the 150 because the car can only pull about 55 kilowatts. And this is something that him nor his wife really knew about.
And you can't really blame him either.
No,
I mean,
no one...
Nothing on the station says one per car.
Yep.
The only thing that, he might have been able to see was that on mine, it showed just 1 charging session. It doesn't say the second handle's available. Like, it just had 1 charging session on the screen. But there really should be something that says on the chargers, I think, for new owners especially, because you look at a Tesla, they have 1 plug per station.
Yep. Which,
so it's easy.
I mean, granted, the new, did we decide it's called like the Generation 3 Electrify America chargers? They are the 1 handle. But with these older models, it's not very sustainable to go and just change them all from the 2 to 1 handles. There needs to be another freaking sticker, honestly. They've already gone through and put stickers on them. They need to put more stickers saying 1 car per charger. And it really wasn't that big of a deal. It was just something, there was no information available to them.
It's one of those things that's just about the user experience, because like, he was frustrated too. He's like, well, I didn't know that. And I didn't challenge him. I said, hey, like, I think you just stopped my charge. Like, try. I'm not mad at them at all. Like, nothing against them at all. But it's one of those things that's just super unclear that I think that Electrify America can do better with, because it's not clear. I get why they put 2 cables on in the first place, because to reach both sides of the car, because the cables are not as long as some of the newer ones, but just frustrating for everybody, I think, when you think you're doing something right and then someone tells you you're doing something wrong. It shouldn't be the users educating each other. It should be Electrify America needs to make it abundantly clear how these work. But
and why I specifically think this should be on Electrify America is because they still have the 2 handles for these older stations. I think it should be their responsibility to inform their customers, like exactly for the thing I said, for the better customer experience. Because if we were not as mellow and excited to teach people about EVs, that could have been a different situation.
Could have been somebody cussing them out and saying, like, hey, why the hell are you stopping my charge?
It's very easy to escalate situations like this.
You have literally seen where somebody got shot and killed at a freaking Tesla charger because somebody plugged in before, like cut them off or something, which is not okay, but you don't shoot somebody over. Like, you never know what's going to happen. It's just so unfortunate we have to worry about this.
But overall, we had a great charging session, or I was able to reactivate it. It did take maybe like a minute or so to reactivate. He did plug it in, we think, too fast, and it didn't start, but we restarted. And again, a better route planner only wanted us to charge to 94%, but because I went to throw away some trash, they were like, hey, were you also in the Volkswagen? Like, so sorry, tell him. Like, we did not mean. So they were absolutely the sweetest couple. They both are Bolt EV owners. So we've got another pair of fully electric couples here in the Midwest, which we love to see. So yeah, we're on our way now to Blue Heron.
Nope, not Blue Heron anymore. We're going to Indian Meadow again. A better route planner gets a little weird leaving a station, like it thinks we're still at the station.
Okay.
You always just got to give it a second. It's not, it works really well for calculations. Like, it's almost always spot on with arrival percentages once it's calibrated and everything. But in terms of the navigation part, not so good. But no, we're 2.5 hours out. We are going to be stopping at, the Indian Meadow station, and looks like we're guesstimated to arrive with 13%. So we would have left with, I think, 93% is what it initially said, but then we got caught up talking to the Bolt owners, who again, they were very nice about it.
Super nice to meet. And they live in Ohio too, so not two, but they live in Ohio. But yeah, we will see you now at Indian Meadows. Hello, welcome to Indian Meadow, Ohio. Ryan and I switched driving so he could watch the Chicago Fire game, and I got a chance to hang out with Gannon. So we are here at a mislabeled, we got a fun little Chatamo up here on our hyper fast 350 kilowatt Electrify America charger.
What about Chatamo? Where do you see Chatamo?
It looks like it's a Chatamo handle.
Oh, that's how they all look.
I don't think so.
Let's go look at the other one. Survey says.
Is it actually?
Yeah, they all look like that.
Oh. I
said it was mislabeled because they put the wrong stickers on these, and they like put Sharpie over what the charger should actually be.
Well.
Anyway.
I have to use a Rise phone to activate because I have my own Electrify America app for my Bolt EV, which be sure to subscribe if you're not already, because I'm going to be going through an entire video of my first time ever DC fast charging and using Electrify America. So I'll go through the setup process with all that with my Bolt. Anyway, sidebar, let's get back to our charging here. So you can see here, it is all ready to go. I got the charger over here, Rise kind of in the way.
I'm not here, don't worry. It's just the camera.
I'm not here. We're gonna use the fun, fancy new handle first, and then we'll see if tap to start works or not. Nice click, nice little buzz. Let me unlock a Rise phone, and boop. Haha, which app? Again, I went through this earlier because he was using Electrify Canada for Ontario. I felt the buzz. Is it gonna go?
It is very hit or miss. Yeah, just do it through the app.
All right, so let's go to the travel app, which has so many different pages.
I have too many apps.
Well, there is not a great way to just use one app for charging, unfortunately.
I have all the Canadian apps now, and it's a mess.
So let's see. It's not finding. Here we go. Took us a couple seconds.
Make sure we pick the westbound. There you go.
Yes, if you were watching our last Pittsburgh to Milwaukee video, we had problems where it was routing us to the eastbound and not the westbound. So here we are, Indian Meadow Service Plaza, West Unity. I'm assuming that means that way. We're at charger number 3.
No, that's the town name, West Unity, Ohio.
Oh, it is. Okay.
But it is the westbound one.
So it does say one is unavailable, but it didn't say it on the screen.
Well, that
or is that because I plugged in?
I think it's because you plugged in.
Okay.
That's my experience.
I'm gonna swipe to charge, see how it goes. Oh, that lit up. Nice.
Yeah. That normally lights up. Wow, you really haven't plugged in very much. It's mostly been me, hasn't it?
I'm just realizing that
I remember there was one night where you were sleeping and I was like trying to use the GoPro in the car and like activate it from Android
When was I
Auto.
sleeping? I don't even remember.
It was one late night. I think it was from Cincy or Columbus or one of the two.
All of our road trips.
So it clicked in here. We've got a fun little graphic in the phone as well.
Well, you'll be doing this a lot more if you ever take the Bolt on road trips. So.
That's the plan. Let us know where you want to see the Bolt go. We're wanting to do more than one charging stop with it.
Also, can we talk about this Tesla over here? I don't know if you can see it very well in the video, but he's got a boat and he's blocking like 75% of the Tesla superchargers over there.
He's using one and there are 3 to 4 that are blocked depending how the fourth one.
I don't think I can zoom in on the GoPro.
Oh, we're up to 161 kilowatts over here on station number 3.
You broke the record.
No, I thought it was like 170.
Broke the record on this trip.
I did. Yes, 160.
on this trip.
I don't know the next step because we're having a weird problem right now with Android Auto. We think that it updated within the last few days and now the car and the phone aren't communicating well with Android Auto. I do have an iPhone for work, and so we tested Apple CarPlay and that loaded just fine. But because of that, I'm only using Google Maps, at least from this last part where Ryan and I switched at the last service plaza to here. So I'm not sure where our next stop is. Do you have that planned out?
I believe it's going to be University Park Mall in Mishawaka, Indiana. I think we can make it all the way. I just need to see what we need to charge up to.
Okay.
Do you have my phone? We can actually pull it up right now.
I do have your phone, that's right.
Let's take a look. So, if we look at this guy here, go back into our Better Route Planner. It's probably still linked up to the car. It's got to update because I didn't open it for a second. Okay, so we got here, next leg. Okay, so 24%. It wants us to go to 61%. University Park Mall is about 100 miles away. And then we'll be home around 1:24 a.m. I think that's going to be Central.
Yep, because right now the car was
A Better Route Planner is pretty smart, I think. Still pulling 153, by the way. That's pretty sweet. Better Route Planner is also linked up to the OBD. So things will get to University Park Mall like 10:30, 98 miles away only. So, yeah. Why don't we...
a reminder too, we use the paid version of the Better Route Planner, and we do have our referral link in the description. So if you go ahead and purchase the paid version of a Better Route Planner, I believe we get a free month, and then you also get a free month. Does that sound right?
I think that's correct.
It's something like that. Anyway,
check
it helps
the description.
both of us.
We have it. We have it in the description.
So if you're curious about trying it too, you can also do, I think it's a 30-day free trial. You do have to put in some sort of payment method though. But we enjoy it for the most part. We do have some issues when we first leave the charger where it's a little glitchy. I'm sure you saw that with our last stop in the other side of Ohio.
It's really hard to document it because obviously you're driving as it happens. So it's like hard to show, but yeah. The
worst one we had was when we were coming back from Minneapolis in the Twin Cities, and it was wanting us to go charge in Madison, and then all of a sudden it wanted us to go back to the charger we were just at to charge for another like 4 minutes, and that was all over the place.
I think it just takes a second for it to kind of figure out. But our microphone receiver is about to die here, so we're gonna let you go, and we will charge up to like 61% and then go from there. All right, so I just got back to the car from using the restroom inside the service plaza over here, and I came back and we have a charging session error, unfortunately. Charging's been interrupted, please unplug. So I don't know what's going on with that, but Caitlin is over at the pet area letting the dogs, do their business and everything. So I'm gonna see, I think she has the keys, so I can't even unplug it, but the car is unlocked. So I need to go get the keys from her, and then, this is great. This is so great. I don't know what the car even got to because, like I said, I do not have the keys. So let's go grab them from Caitlin. You have the keys? I came back and there was an error message on the screen saying charging session interrupted. So say hi to Caitlin and the puppies. Good puppies. Oh, lots of water. All right, let's go figure this crap out. This is obnoxious. Real time here. You can cut this out if we need to, but man, this is annoying. Let's see what the car actually got to. So plugged in at like 19%, I believe. Got that pet relief area behind me here. We're almost back to the car. Yeah, this is so annoying. Because unfortunately, the charging handle got locked in, so I gotta click the unlock like a couple times, and that should allow us to now unplug. There we go. So it was locked in there before. So we got this stupid error. So we went from 19 to 51. So we've been unplugged for, I don't even know now. 1954, this is wrong. This is showing we plugged it at 12:50 p.m. It is 8:53. What on earth is going on here? All right. So something royally glitched out. I don't know if it was off the network or what, but all right, let's replug. We only need another 10% at least, so that's the good news. Going solo here. Let's see if I can activate it with the tap to pay here. Something royally glitched out. They definitely screwed something up when they, I don't know. I don't know if they had to reprogram these or what, but let's do this. Electrify America. Holds a reader. All right, I heard a buzz like Caitlin did, but it's not doing anything again. So let's go back to the 03. Okay, well, it looks like we might still have an active session going on here. Well, that's no good. Do I really have to call Electrify America again? Let's close the app and relaunch, maybe. Sheesh. Let's see what we got going. Yeah, we're stuck. One of our viewers in the last one did ask me to sign out and sign back in. Let's see if we sign out. Something unexpected occurred. All right, I think I'm connected to Caitlin's hotspot because I was running out of my fast data here. So let's try to log in. Sheesh. All right. No more active sessions, so I did sign out. Maybe this will work now? Maybe not. Hopefully it doesn't time out on me. Okay, so the session came back up. So I'm gonna have to give Electrify America a call because this is not good at all, and I'm already getting the please unplug. Sheesh. Come on, man. This stuff is so obnoxious. So, great. You know what I'm gonna do just to see if I can avoid giving them a call? Let's try, this is a 150, but let's see if the tap to pay works on the 150. Because if it does, that would be ideal. Because then I don't have to call them. Because if the tap to pay works, they said that even if I have a stuck session, that should be okay. So at least I can charge while I report it to them. So let's choose app to scan, Electrify America. And we're still not working. So this is annoying. I'm gonna give Electrify America a call here.
Thank you for contacting Electrify America.
Hi, I was just charging over in one of your locations in Ohio, and the charge stopped suddenly, and kind of ended the charging session. And now I unplugged and tried to reconnect, and unfortunately, my app seems to be still stuck on the previous charging session, so I can't start the charge.
And have you tried logging out and logging back in?
I have, yes. I've had this happen at least 2 times before, and yeah, unfortunately that has not worked today.
Okay, got it. You can go ahead and plug in if you haven't done so already.
Okay, yep, I see it says please plug in. And then we have at least, I think, 1 or 2 more stops we have to make. Are you going to put in a ticket to get that active session resolved?
Yes, and I also selected remote stop on my end. So if the session that's about to start now, if that does show up, I would recommend just logging out and logging back in just to make sure that previous session has cleared.
Okay, sounds good. It looks like it's just starting here. Just want to make sure. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're rolling now. I think we just need to charge a little bit more. And then I think we'll be able to get to the next. Oh, you know what? It just failed again. It just said charging session error. So something's wrong with this station, I think. So I don't know what's going. So I just wanted to make sure before I let you go that it was actually charging. But it charged for a solid, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes before it stopped. And now, with this time, it was just a few seconds and it failed. But I can try.
Let's see.
There's another station here I could try. I could reach the cord to if we want to try a different one.
Okay, and is that one number 2?
That one is number 4, it looks like, actually.
Okay, alrighty, yes. We can go ahead and try that one.
Fuck.
Make sure it sends over the charge. Okay, and have you already connected?
Not yet. No, not to the number 4.
Not yet?
Uh,
Okay. And as soon as you're ready, you can go ahead and plug in.
Okay. Let's see here. All right, it's connecting this time here.
And still connecting.
Yeah, it looks like it's still connecting. Okay, just started up again. Okay, so it looks like that one started up. Would you mind hanging on for maybe just, 30 seconds to a minute? Make sure this one
Yes,
stays working here.
yes, of course. Yes.
Okay, it looks like it's going longer than the other one, so hopefully we're good from here. So you said just to recommend signing out of the app and then re-signing back in?
Yes, sir. So has it updated with the current session in your app?
Yeah, let me check and see. So right now, okay, the app looks like it might have updated already, so that might be good. So it looks like, yeah, it's showing the current one. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Well, no, thank you so much for your help. Hope you have a great rest of the evening. 2 road trips in a row. I had to call Electrify America because of their incompetence as a software company. So that's wonderful. It's almost like Volkswagen's behind the software at Electrify America as well. I heard all the Volkswagen software issues today. How are those chips? De-stressing?
They're good.
At least their touchscreen's been consistently working for a while now. Can we talk about the fact that it's 9 o'clock and the sun's kind of still out? Sort of. How are the dogs?
They're good.
Teddy looks very happy.
Good puppies.
All right. Well, this is going to add some time to our trip, so that's never good. But we could have been done and on the road by now. But of course, Electrify America is going to be Electrify America. It took almost 15 minutes to get this up and running again when we were only 10% away from going. So that's frustrating. But we're still pulling decent speeds.
85? Not bad. We only have to be to what, 61?
Yeah, but because of the issues we're having, I'm just going to have it go to 70. Oop, 70. There we go. How does that sound with you?
Sounds good to me.
Sweet. All right, we'll check in with you, make sure nothing goes awry here.
Welcome to Mishawaka, Indiana. We arrived here at a familiar Electrify America spot to us. We ended up with 18% state of charge, about 39 miles left on our guessometer. Let's take a look at this station. So we got 4 nice stalls here. Charger 2, completely unavailable. I believe, if I recall correctly, last time we were here, we were getting the signs, not the signs, excuse me, the errors about the reduced charging speeds, but we haven't seen them quite yet. I think this 150 with the Chatamo also had some sort of screen up. It might have just been not the blue Electrify America, but we backed up here into charger number 3. So we are going to attempt to charge at this one. Or I had to call at the last station because his app was frozen on the previous session after it faulted. So let's hope that is not the case now. He is going to pull up the app for me. Thank you, all right. I'm going to grab a handle Do you think this one will reach? Maybe. Oh. Yeah, we got it. Cool. Clicked in. We're charger number 3. Slide. We are trying to get to Chicagoland, so that's about 100-ish miles away. Are we gonna try and charge in Chicagoland? Yep, we're going to. Don't know exactly which one yet because Taylor Swift, like we mentioned earlier, is in town, and it is currently 10:44 Eastern time. So by the time we get there, it will probably be 10:40, 11 o'clock Central time, which is when she's set to get out. Might be a lot of traffic. We'll see which way it routes us. So we passed that 35 kilowatt. Since we're at the 350, we'll see if it is derated or if it is reduced charging speeds, which, okay, thought we were gonna have to move. It was at 75, but going up 120, 130, 140, look at her go, 50, 152 is a peak right now. Pretty good. Wasn't as good as my last one when I plugged in at 161.
That one was broken anyway.
But that one was broken anyway. We'll hang out here, probably let the puppies out, because if we stop again, if there's this is a spooky place. The moon is very hazy again because of all of the wildfires in Canada, which we were not affected by when we were in Ontario, but the air quality was not great. Oh, we got a little moped. The spooky malls with the moped. Me too. I used to have a moped and I loved it in college. We're gonna hang out here probably 20, 30 minutes 60%. To 60%, exactly as Arai is telling me behind the camera. In case you haven't picked up too, Arai is actually sick. We're not sure if it's a sinus infection or if it's just severe allergies. Hence why I've been doing more talking the last half of this trip. Sorry, the station made a sound and I was worried it aired out for a second. Didn't you hear that beep? Yeah. I did. So I will be giving you the facts on the rest of this trip. Starting to get a little tired behind the wheel, and then Bright Side by the Killers came on, reignited my energy. If you have a road trip song that you really like, let us know down below, because we do lots of road trips. We have a few playlists. We will see you all in Chicago if there are no hiccups for the rest of this charge. Hello from Logan Square in Chicago, Illinois. We pulled up at the Electrify America station in the Bank of America parking lot, and it's not great. So there's 4 chargers in total. So when we got here, there were 2 cars already plugged in. There's an Ioniq here at the first charger and a Nero here at the second charger. The third charger, which we are now plugged into, already stated it was in use before we plugged in and activated it. And this 4th charger down here, which is behind us, is completely dead. So when Arai opened the app, it was still stuck on the previous session, but he was able to tap it and it activated. From what we can see, all of them are limited to the 50 kilowatts, and that's what we are getting right now. So the car is telling us about 54 kilowatts exactly. We need about 40% to get home, but we're just gonna hang out here for a little bit, charge up. It's the last stop of our trip. We're very excited to get home. We had to do 5 charges on the entire route today. Initially we were planning 4, but we had to do 5 because we did not leave our Airbnb with 100% state of charge. We knew that going into it, so just a little explanation on that. Hopefully this is just a slower charge, no other problems, and we're just able to head home. We are hitting the Taylor Swift traffic. We briefly hit that on the way through Chicago. Wasn't terrible. but it should be smooth sailing on the way home today. Anything else to add? Cool. We're gonna sit here and hang out with the pups and head back to Milwaukee.